What you fear establishes the boundaries of your freedom. And I was living in a self-contained prison, a self-made prison. And I decided to use fear to my advantage. Whatever I was afraid of, I moved toward. I was afraid of roller coasters, so I went on the fastest ones. If I was afraid of the dark, I would just dive into deep, dark places. And I was afraid of rejection, I would just go ahead and ask. If I was afraid of failure, I would go and try. And by the time I was in my 20s, I had a reputation for being an insane risk taker.
Today, I sit down with a man of God, Erwin, and we talk about facing your fears. Coming from his perspective, he talks about how to develop a resilience and to stand in the face of fear and succeed. Today's video was sponsored by Huel, a quick, affordable, nutritionally complete source of food with everything that your body needs. But before that, how do we face our fears and use it to fuel our success? Let's dive into it.
You just said before this, when it's the thing you want to run away from, run towards. I mean, it's kind of similar with the stuff you were coming to help other people with as well. Mm-hmm. Was there an attraction to the more difficult it was, the harder times people were facing, the grittier it was, the more you were going to get involved with it?
Well, I think some of it is, I always perceived myself to be a coward. I felt like I was afraid of everything. And I was afraid of failure. I was afraid of rejection. I was afraid of getting bit by a dog. I was afraid of heights. You pick it. I was afraid of it. And I think one day I just realized that what you fear establishes the boundaries of your freedom. And I was living in a self-contained prison, a self-made prison. So I decided to flip the script for myself, and I decided to use fear to my advantage. Whatever I was afraid of, I moved toward. So I remember being in a gym and there was this girl that I thought was gorgeous on the other side of the gym. I was so shy and so introverted and terrified of girls. And I remember walking all the way around that gym and asking her to dance. And she looked at me and said, no. And I walked all the way back and sat down. And my friend said, what'd she say? And she said, no. I said, what'd you do? I said, I walked back. He said, was there a girl sitting next to her? And I said, yes. He goes, why didn't you look at her and say, would you like to dance? And it shifted something in my brain. And I thought, don't just ask once and don't just look for one option. Use fear to your advantage. And I just started doing that with everything. I was afraid of roller coasters, so I went on the fastest ones. I was, if I was afraid of the dark, I would just dive into deep, dark places. And I was afraid of rejection, I would just go out and go ahead and ask. If I was afraid of failure, I would go and try. And by the time I was in my 20s, I had a reputation for being an insane risk taker. And it was actually really accurate and assessment. I mean, I would walk into projects with armed guards with Uzi machine guns in every entry, cocaine stacked to ceilings. And I would walk in and make contact with the owners of drug cartels and begin to talk to them about life and God. And people actually made bets on what day I would be killed.
I hope you're enjoying this episode so far. Today's video was powered and sponsored by Huel, a quick, affordable, nutritionally complete source of food that has everything that your body needs. I've been using these guys for the past 2 years because when I'm filming these projects, I'm flying around the world, I'm directing, I'm running a business, I'm trying to break the world record Atlas stone. I need to be able to just grab something in my bag that has everything that my body needs, including the protein, the nutrition, and all the calories to keep fueled and going for the day. So this has been an absolute game changer for me, especially when I'm traveling for America and it's hard to get a plant-based option. This is unbelievable. Let's dive back into the episode.
And I remember one time there was a SWAT team that dropped in on a house and they busted open the door. I had a couple of interns with me and they were just apprenticing with me. I said, let's go. We run into the house. I mean, is it not an FBI, but the agency? Is it ATF or something?
Yeah, ATF.
They're in there with their, body armor and weapons. And there's this massive, muscular guy named Maverick that, I discovered his name later. And they're about to go into a huge conflict I jump in between the military, and I looked at this guy, and I looked at the police, and I go, I got this, because he was going to get shot and killed. And his girlfriend was there, and there's all these, and I just talked the guy down. I get him settled. I convince them not to arrest him. They finally all leave. I sit down with him and work out the situation, help him realize his life could be better. We leave, the interns go, how long have you known that guy? I said, never met him in my life. and so there was this sense where the moment my heart would pound and I saw like danger or I saw risk, I just trained myself to move hard and fast. It opened up the whole world to me. It's why I was able to sneak through Lebanon to Syria and walk the streets of Damascus and fly into Pakistan. When on the plane, I was warned that if I do anything illegal, I will be arrested or killed in the country. And I learned the difference between thrill and risk. I did like thrill.
Yeah, when did you learn that? Sorry, this is your podcast, but I would like to know when. Yeah.
When my kids came to me and said, Dad, would you stop taking unnecessary risks because we'd like to not be fatherless.
Kids change it, man. Yeah. Kids change it. Yeah.
And I knew I had to mitigate that request. So I made a decision and I said, I won't take unnecessary risks, but I will take the ones that make the world better or that can bring a positive change. And that's when I shifted from that adrenaline rush of, thrill and risk and that strategic intention of a risk that matters. And so I look back and I realize, I think all of us are trying to, create a counterintuitive story. If we feel we were insignificant, we try to find significance and we try to give people significance, right? If we need to be healed and we find healing, then we try to heal other people. And for me, mine has always been, there's a heroic narrative inside of everyone. There's a hero inside of everyone waiting to be awakened. And the reason I know that is because I was a coward, but there was a hero inside of me. And when he woke up, he changed my life.
Thank you so much to Erwin and Aaron as well for doing this. Their event, The Arena, was absolutely unbelievable. For me, seeing these guys run this event with only like 11 days of preparation, I think, and pull it off in such a massive way that changed so many people's lives was unbelievable. And also thank you to the Mosaic Church for welcoming me and my sister and Mulligan brothers into the church to have a look at what that is like. It was amazing, and we will be back in the future. Today's video was powered by Huel. If you want to find out more, head to the link in the description. And everybody who's been supporting us at mulliganbrothers.com, yes, code 2024 for buy one, get one free across the whole website is still live. Guys, I want to say a massive thank you. Everyone who's been buying Huel, it actually is crazy how many of you guys have been buying Huel. I know it's an absolute life changer. It's a game changer. Their new green products is out as well. I'm so happy to be working with a company like this that you guys are also getting a lot from. But it's what supports this. We've got hundreds of kilos of camera equipment and gear and production crews and our team to make this happen. And that's because of your support. We are able to do it. So thank you so much. I hope you notice a difference in the production this year. It's really been stepped up. And keep your eyes peeled. I have something really special planned this year. And I want to share that journey with you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
The idea that you're created by God and that you have value, that you're not just a speck of dust in the backdrop of the universe, it was so overwhelming to me that it was almost like, yes, in some ways, even if it wasn't true, I was going to believe it. Because it meant that I was here with some meaning and intention and that I had value, and it changed my life.